What you got there, girl? I'm coming. We gotta get y'all. We gotta get you on. What is this called? On tape. We gotta get you on tape, girl, cause you're cute. We gotta get you a home. We gotta get you a real home. Oh. So we had our 6 o'clock. Are you 6 o'clock time? 6 o'clock. We had our about 7 minutes of tug. We do this. Oh, good girl. Oh, you're so strong. Oh, get it. Oh, give me that. Yeah, it's a sweet thing. That's a sweet thing. Oh, the wind's catching it. Dang. I wonder, will you like the frisbees if I bring the frisbees? So that's probably kind of teasing, right? Oh. Give me that. That's mine. That's mine. That's mine. Oh, that's mine. That's mine, girl. That's mine, girl. Oh. Ready? Drop it. Oh, I thought you saw my hand go in my pocket. I try to wait and see what they do as long as they don't tug, if they keep their mouth on it for a long time. I don't know if I saw somebody say to do that or if I made it up. I mean, surely I saw somebody say it. Almost nothing is original, right? Oh. I thought I had a good distance on that one. Good girl, very nice. Man, so we've had a couple times where, so I'm looking back at what's going on, and there was the time she kind of jumped up at Raider on the couch, and her body language, like if I didn't know her history, I probably would have just thought it was play. Right? I mean, I didn't see it, but when I reviewed the video of it, I probably would have just thought it was play. But it was a lot of forward stuff, which a lot of times when you have dogs that have issues going after other dogs or people or whatever, anything forward usually means they're going for it, right? Prey drop. Did you like these? Get it. Get it. Yeah, get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Oh. Oh. Yeah, there we go. She's got a very nice mouth. Drop it. Nope. No. Hey. Nuh-uh. No. Chewing on my rope, girl. Right? No, it's a little leash or collar pressure, right? It's invasive and aversive. That's the way you stop things. Right? Punishment. Correction. Ready? And I probably threw the ball a little too soon. Right? I've been trying to really focus on when I have to do a correction, the 3 seconds in between, right? Like stop this, 3 seconds. This is what you're supposed to be doing. So that way I don't accidentally right. So like if you're doing drop it, you want that change to be immediately, right? So say I say drop it, she drops it, then you want to immediately reward it, right? However, if you have to use pressure or punishment, right? It's good to wait that 3 seconds. Their brain's 3 seconds, right? That way you don't inadvertently create the chain, right? You don't inadvertently create the chain of I'm not listening to you, but yet I get rewarded, right? You ready for your water now? I got it over there. There's no more swamp, girly girl. Right. I don't know, you know, sometimes I just gotta do what feels right, right? And you mess up. Look, so I was watching this advertisement for this one dude, and he was talking about practicing the mechanics, right? And which I would make fun of myself for not doing it, but. Hi, girl. Are you taking food today? She's taking regular food. I got hot dogs too, but it's regular. You're on my leash. You see Teddy over there? You see Teddy over there? That's our neighbor Teddy. He looks a little bit like Raider. So I started to say, when I started to be talking about when I reviewed the thing with Raider, initially I knew her history of going after dogs, right? Like through barriers, like she's broken through barriers to get to the dogs. Get it. So that's in my head, right? So that's what. So you're gonna err on the fact that that's what she's doing, right? Like if it was simply that she had some barrier frustration and stuff, and she was reactive about it, it's not, you know, I don't worry about that, right? So that's what originally that's what I was told, right? So you got some barrier frustration, and so just a lot of barking and lunging at the dogs in the other kennels, and then it came out like the redirecting. They might have told me about redirecting right away, and I was like, I don't care about that either, right? But then as I asked more questions, I got more from the boarding lady, right? I got more about the seriousness of what was going on. So anyways, that's in the head. So you got to be aware of it, but not leery. Is leery the not like overly? I don't know, whatever. But if that hadn't happened, if it was simply just barrier reactivity, then I would have. My first thought would have been she was trying to play with Raider. But since there was actual barrier aggression incidents, because one of my homeless friends stiffened to the left. Yeah, good girl. So she has been kind of reacting to a couple people. So yeah, good girl. Hey, how are you? Good, good. He was gone for quite a while. I don't know. I guess they move around, right? You're a good girl. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So my thinking with all her body was that she was going after him, and there's been a couple times where I'm like, hey, back up, and he doesn't back up, and she's like right there with him and doesn't do anything. So right, and so why would if she has issues with the crate and the kennel doors of the boarding place, why would that carry over to this? Because the leash is a barrier, right? So the leash is usually the first one you see, right? Usually you'll see some leash reactivity, and then it'll go to the other stuff. So in other words, maybe that's what I'm starting to see, right? I'm starting to see the barrier thing because she's starting to react to a couple of people. and dogs. Not all, but a couple, right? It's the leash is a barrier. And going through the house, I actually have 2 barriers, right? With my guys being free, there's the leash and the muzzle, so that's 2 things, right? Oh, I ordered one of the mesh ones too. They have these mesh ones that somebody told me about, and I initially was like, yeah, I don't know, because I thought they were talking about the ones for like at the vets that keep their mouth shut. I'm like, well, we don't want that, because if we have barrier issues and this is controlling their mouth, right? This is a squirrel about 50 feet away. What's her name? Gabby, come. Good girl. Very nice. Right. Right. When you start getting into actual incidents, I think it's a lot more than just the reactive part, right? Because the reactivity is a stress, and then when there's an incident, that relieves all the stress, so that makes them want to do that more. It doesn't just go away just the one time, right? At least that's what I was told. That's what I was told, girl. I don't know, whatever. So anyways, but they have mesh ones. The thing that I worry about is it, if something was to happen, are they strong enough, right? Because some of these things are made for just so they can't get crap off the ground. You know what I mean? It's not made for like an actual aggressive incident, I think, right? Could be wrong. So mesh, right? Are they going to be able to chew through the mesh? Like if she wants to bite and that mesh goes on the body and her face, right? We'll see. We shall see. I got one coming. But it'll be, right? So, which is, and the reason is because, like inside, when I start having her hang out in the room with the dogs once a week, I want it to be the least frustrating, annoying as can be. Like this thing seems kind of annoying, right? Which some guys say that's what you want because it makes them think of something, but you don't want it. It makes them be more worried about that than that. You just don't want it to turn into the frustration that makes them lash out, right? Or so they say. One person says this, another person says that. Let's see what happens with this guy right here. What's going on, buddy? Good girl. Over here. There you go. Hey. Good. Right, so to stop her from going more. And so, look, man. Some people, then what I should have done there is I should have had all my slack, right? When I saw the guy coming, I should have been taking up my slack, so that way, if she did take off, she's only going to get one body length, right? So that way, her lunge at the person becomes the corrective action, right? And I kind of instinctually went right? To stop her. I don't think it was because I was thinking about all this in the moment. Right? A lot of stuff is your instinct. Hey, don't do that, right? That way, so where I was going with that is a lot of times people will do a leave it or a So there are other people that I've seen with more serious stuff that they say to let the dog do the action, like not fully go 20, not fully go 15, 20 feet, but let them do their action and correct themselves. Because what happens if you say leave it or you say and then the correction comes, well, the correction comes from you, which is okay, because you're correcting the behavior we don't want and then tell them what we do want, right? So the stopped her, and then she looked, and then I think I said good because she looked at me, and then I called her to me, right? So I want you to disengage from that thing. I want you to know that right. So here's the other part of that I try to do. I should have been watching her body probably more. I might have been able to tell before she jumped. But so if you catch them before they lunge and stuff, then you can create the pattern of them not lunging. However, when they lunge, you want it to get corrected, right? So we kind of got to do both. Some people try not to, but some people can set up things where they have 20 people walk by. I can't do that, right? I have to do what I can do. So, and some people say that's just stupid anyways, but you create the pattern, right? You're creating the pattern of when you see that guy walking by. If I have said, hey, what's going on, buddy? Then at that point, you can't react to that guy, right? If I don't talk to somebody, you can react to them. I don't know if this would mess up stuff. If I don't talk to somebody, as a dog, you can do that, right? As a dog, you're going to do that, right? But we don't want you reacting to everybody that's not a threat. If you think somebody's a threat, okay, that I didn't see and I didn't accept into the circle, right? But once I say, hey, how you doing? Once I address somebody, then she has to then go, hey, dude, this guy's got it, right? We don't want her thinking she's got to be in control of situations like that. Does that make sense? So here we got a guy on a bike coming by. So this time I'm going to be smart. And I'm going to pull my slack up. And you pull your slack up, you don't freak out. Oh my God, here comes somebody. Don't change your energy. If your dog is going to freak out about something, if you freak out first, then they're for sure going to freak out. Because what if she's not going to freak out? What if she's not going to freak out and then you freak out? Then she thinks she has to freak out. Am I talking in circles? Can you even see her right there? Is this guy coming or what? What's up, bum? You're just gonna stand there? You bum. We're trying to do some work with you as a distraction. Or just to see how she acts, right? Have we had bikes go by yet? I don't know if we have to have had a biker go by. This area is not really that busy. It's kind of surprising because there's a lot of people around. I mean, we got a really nice park across the way. There's a bike path that goes all the way into town. All the way into town and all the way out of town. So let's do, I don't want this to get too long. Let's start another one. Plus that'll help me fix my brain. Yeah, right.